Dear English postgraduates, striving PGT or the English examination competitors, greetings to all of you. Welcome to the platform of Fluency School of English to get ready for the race of PGT or the English examination. Fluency School of English is a wonderful diving platform for you to swim across the race, the PGT or the English examination. In this program, we are going to collect the gist of the part 1 of the book 2 of the Fairy Queen. The gist of the book has been set in 2 parts, being this one is the part 1 consisting the cantos 1, 2 and 3. I once again remind you that this is an allegorical poem. Spirituality and its elements are portrayed with human behavior and pursuance. The pursuance of virtues by the human soul and its hindrances, struggles and achievement is the central theme of this entire poem. Human mind is very fragile, that is susceptible to sexuality, which is also a weapon of the Satan. In book 2, Human Soul in the Human Shape, by name the Knight Gayan, has been detailed. This resistance against sexual allurement is the focus of this book too. In this book, Gayan, a knight known for temperance, is forced into traps of sexuality, to which against he stands steadfast and defeats all those temptations. Cynosures is a knight in book 2, which is defined by indecision and fluctuations of the will. Cynosures, meaning troubles with waves, and his fiery brother Pyrocells, meaning trouble with fire, represent emotional maladies that threaten temperance. They represent the sexual vulgarity. The 2 brothers are both slain by Priam's author in Canto 8. Caesogony is the mother of Bephebe and her twin Amorata. His temperance wins him the perfection at last. Hope you will enjoy the travel with me. Be with me until the last. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. And also don't fail to send your feedback. Thank you. Best wishes. The Fairy Queen, Book 2, Part 1, Cantos 1 and 2 and 3. Fairy Queen, Book 2 contains the legend of Sir Gayan or of temperance. Book 2 tells the story of Gayan, the knight who represents the virtue of temperance. Archimago, the evil wizard of Book 1, escaped imprisonment and vows vengeance on the Red Cross Knight. Archimago meets the elfin knight Gayan, who travels with his elderly assistant, the Palmer. The Palmer is a pilgrim, one who had returned from the Holy Land with palm branch. Archimago listens to a weeping lady. She is really Duessa. She is the deceiver of Book 1. Archimago and Duessa falsely describe the offending knight as the Red Cross Knight. Gayan believes the story and finds the Red Cross Knight to attack him. But when the Red Cross Knight explains the religious meaning of his shield, Gayan realizes his mistake. The 2 knights greet each other as friends. They go on their pursuit. Gayan and the Palmer hear the woman weeping in woe. Gayan and the Palmer find the woman, Amavia, fatally wounded next to her dead husband, the knight Mordant. Amavia stabs herself in the chest as they approach. The squire discovers the woman holding a newborn baby and lying next to the body of a dead man. Amalia tells a story and dies. Mordant was deceived by the enchantress Akrasia. Akrasia seduces knights and leads them to a cursed island, the Bower of Bliss. Akrasia abducts Mordant with lust and intemperance. செக்ஸுவல் விஷயத்தில் எளிமையாக நடந்துக்கிறது, அதாவது ரொம்ப லிபரலாக நடந்துக்கிறது தான் இன்டெம்பரன்ஸ். டெம்பரன்ஸ் மீன்ஸ் செக்ஸுவலி கட்டுப்பாடாக இருக்கிறது. இன்டெம்பரன்ஸ் வந்து அதில் கட்டுப்பாடு இல்லாமல் தாராளமாக இருந்துக்கிறது. Affected Mordant did not recognize Amaviya. Knowing Amaviya would try to save her husband, Akrasia cursed Mordant to die when he drinks from a healing well. Although Gayan attempts to save Amaviya, she dies in his arms. Gayan tells the farmer that the tragedy is an example of morality's weakness in the face of temptation. They agree that the moderate to pleasure it best. Gayan and Pava bury the couple and vow to avenge their deaths. Book 2, Canto 2. Gayan attempts to wash the baby clean of his mother's blood, but the blood does not come off. Homer explains Amaviya's blood is corrupted with guilt. The sacred foundation can only wash guiltless stains. Taking the baby Redabin with them, Gayan and the farmer travel to a castle. There they meet three sisters. They are constantly fighting for power. The second sister, Medina, begins to like Gayan immediately. The elder sister, Elisa, loves is a strong but foolish Hudibras. Younger sister, Parisa's lover, is the lustful Sansloy who kidnapped Una in Book 2. The younger sister, Parisa's lover, is the lustful Sansloy who kidnapped Book in. Soon they come upon two knights, Hudibras and Sansloy, battling each other. Gayan tries to break up the conflict, but both knights turn on him. Medina stops the fight and brings them to peace. The knights and ladies sit down to a meal. A serious Elisa scorns the food and entertainment. Parisa enjoys to excess. Medina moderates both of them. After the feast, Medina asks Gayan about his quest. He explains he was named to the order of maidenhood by Fairy Queen. The farmer came to the queen to complain about Akrasia's evil enchantment. The queen chooses Gayan to fight for her. Gayan leaves the baby Redabin with Medina and continues on his quest. He is on foot since he left his horse and spear with dying Amaviya. The peasant Bragadocio, a boastful man, came and stole Gayan's horse and weapon. Bragadocio then intimidated a man named Trompet to be his servant. Trompet is a witty and skilled under flattery. Bragadocio and Trompet meet Archimigo, who now vows vengeance on both Gayan and Red Cross Knight. Archimigo tells Bragadocio that the two knights joined together to slay Amaviya and Mordant. Really, it's a false statement. Remember that actually the enchantress Akrasia killed them. Bragadocio promises to find and defeat the knights. Bragadocio brags about his fighting skill. Archimigo says he will get him the most powerful sword in the kingdom, Prince Arthur's sword. When Bragadocio and Trompet travel through the forest, they meet the skilled hunters Befebe. Mogadishu hides in fear. Trumpet goes to meet her. Befebe makes Mogadishu for the deer and goes to kill him. Mogadishu images and flatters Befebe, a lady so beautiful should live in a court. Befebe replies that forest is the only place where she can be free. Mogadishu makes an advance on her. Befebe easily overpowers him and runs away. Trumpet and Mogadishu wonder whether Befebe is mortal or divine. The promise guides voice of reason, offering wisdom as he travels. His staff is an instrument to guidance, which also becomes a powerful weapon. Just as the Red Cross Knight required Una's aid at crucial moments, Gayan is the palmer. The enemy of Gayan and the palmer Acacia represent the excessive emotion and indulgence that threaten temperance. Her name derives from the Greek word without control. Modern, the name in Latin is for biting with deadly effectiveness. Demonstrates human fallibility. The blood of Redeemer's hand signifies that he suffers for his parents' misdeed. But as a chance for a better life, Gayan leaves him at a wise Medina's palace so that she can train him in a true knighthood. Medina herself represents the mean or average that temperance strives to achieve. Eliza is sullen and allows herself no pleasure. Eliza's lover Hydibros is melancholic and foolish. On the other hand, Hydibros can't control Eliza. Sansoi means without law, and he is unruly and inclined to lawlessness. Befebe the huntress, who chooses a chaste life in the woods, represent the Queen Elizabeth I. The name Trumpet comes from the French phrase for the to deceive. Maidenhood is the term for virginity, indicating the Queen's admirable chastity. Thank you. Best wishes.